Hey beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in to Soul Reflectionz TV. I'm your host and the creator of SoulReflectionz.com, Risa Dixon, and today we're doing Black History in the Making series with the amazing JustLatasha. You don't want to miss this interview, so stay tuned.
What am I talking about? Everybody know what the song's about. See, they be trying to hide the history, but they know who we are. Do you want to see everybody rise to the next degree? Well, raise your hand high if you agree.
First, I just really want to thank Brooklyn Swirl for allowing me to use their venue. Again, another Black-owned business, so please come out to Bed-Stuy and support them. I have the wonderful, beautiful, talented, bomb vlogger with me, JustLatasha, and we're going to talk to her about everything in life, love, comedy, just everything about why she's so dope for our Black History in the Making series. Now, I started looking at your vlog and I was like, I love it. You say everything I'm thinking and that I write about, but you just say it in a comedic way that's just so bomb. And I was like, everyone can relate to this. So thank you for creating your channel, first of all.
Thank you for watching and supporting. That's the part that means a lot to me.
So now tell me, how did you go from the Dope Files to JustLatasha?
Artists and creatives of color, music and fashion designers who are in the underground scene didn't really have a platform to share their work. It's like everyone has a website, everyone has a SoundCloud, everyone has a MySpace profile or what have you, and it's just like there was nothing for them to stand out and say, here's my work, here's why I'm talented, here's what I want to present. And so I was just like, F it, I'm going to be the voice of that, and I want to be a TV host anyway, let me get my bearings and start something. And so I created Dope Files because I like the name of it. It had like a nice little ring.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm going to be the voice that represents the underground talent in fashion and music, because if you're not famous, if you're not a celebrity, if you're not on MTV, we have no idea who you are until those kind of people discover you. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I'll just take one for the team, I guess.
Got you, okay.
So I guess I switched to JustLatasha because even though Dope Files began as me wanting to give a spotlight to the unheard talent, it kind of turned into me wanting to be famous, because it grew into underground talent to me interviewing celebrities, me being on a red carpet, me auditioning for BET and Fuse, and I was like, yo, I could really make it. Like, maybe I'm actually going to be something in somebody. So Dope Files for me personally lost its purpose, and the people that I were choosing to interview, this might be dangerous to say, but the people that I was choosing to interview were also putting on a front. They were like lying about who they were, what the music represented. The music was lying about who the artist was, and nothing about it felt genuine anymore. So it was just like, you have me as a host trying to be famous, and I have this artist who's trying to front like, I'm hot, I'm dope, but behind the scenes they're super insecure and their music is not really working and things like that. And it's just like, it all just kind of got lost. And so I was like, I need to start doing something with purpose and something that speaks to my heart again. So I started JustLatasha.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I noticed that too. People always, they want to make sure they protect their images and things like that, so they won't give you real talk. So
right.
I appreciate you for seeing that, recognizing it, and saying, I'm going to be real with mine. Very nice.
Exactly.
So you have so many amazing topics you talk about. I see you go from love and hip hop, and then you go to reviews, you go to things that moms do, then you have your own comedic like web series in there. So how do you choose the topics to talk about on your vlog?
I'm so happy you asked me that question. Here's what I got to touch on a little bit. In my video celebrating my 500 subscribers, I kind of walked through how I started my blog to the things that I'm speaking about now. So what you see with me talking about moms and love and hip hop and things that don't really relate to anything or make any sense, I was trying to figure out who I was as JustLatasha, because even the name JustLatasha, I want people to know that I'm just presenting myself. Like, it's my mind, it's my opinion, it's who I am as a person. And I'm not the love and hip hop reviewer. I'm not a, whatever I was speaking about in the beginning was just me trying to find my way to like present myself as myself. So all those videos were me being lost and confused. It wasn't like I really knew what I was doing. I just knew that I want to be on camera. I want to be speaking about something. I just didn't know what that something was. So now I did find my voice. I did find topics that matter to me and matter to my people. And so I'm more focused on social issues relating to Black people and people of color.
I know you always have to say people of color because you have to include so many people.
Yes. The brown folks.
Yes. This is like my own little side thing. I never got when it's like from going from black, like now we have to say black and brown. But it's like, if you're brown, aren't you still black at the same time? But then I guess it's, what's the difference?
Absolutely not. Because everyone, depending on their cultures and their race and their ethnicities, they've all gone through very specific struggles. Mm-hmm. Yes, sometimes those struggles can intertwine and overlap and look similar, but at the end of the day, Spanish people have gone through this thing. Black people have gone through this thing. And even between those vague lanes, it's like African Americans been through this thing, Nigerians been through this thing, Mexicans been through this thing. So it's like we can say black and brown because we've struggled more so than other cultures, but it even gets more specific to that and speaks to that. So there's still a sensitivity between not lumping us all together.
Understood. That's why even with my blog, when I say I want to talk about African Americans or Afro-Caribbeans, because I may get killed for saying this, but Caribbean people, yes, our ancestors came from Africa.
Right.
And they don't want to acknowledge that. It's like, I'm Caribbean, I'm not black. And I'm just like, well, you
No, girl, you're black. No, girl.
You are, just like me growing up in the West Indian area, and you know, with Trinis and everything, it's like you so hold on to your Caribbean heritage, but I'm just like, but from the passage, we were in Africa, and then we were dropped off in the Caribbean, and then we came to America. So I'm just like, we do have those roots there, but our cultures may be different, so that's why we have to show the beauty of both cultures, but we have the same motherland, the same beginning at the end of the day.
Absolutely, and that's a very important point, and that can even go to what they've learned about being proud of not being from Africa, because some Caribbeans that I've met, they were like, well, we were the first to, you know, separate ourselves from our European masters, and we were the first to make ourselves free, and we made this, and it's just like, you deserve to be proud of that, but how does that relate to you no longer connecting to where you were right before that? Like, you know what I mean? That's the part where we're getting a little mixed up, but yeah, we talk about it all, I guess.
I guess. Thank you for breaking that down for me. We don't lump each other together with Unjust Black. So why do you think that black people, people of color, are so either misrepresented or underrepresented on television?
Because we don't own television.
Say it.
1 + 1 = 2. Okay? That's really what it comes down to, is us not having access to those type of positions and authorities. We don't own TV. We can buy a stake. We can have part of a channel that we say we own. No shade on. Ooh, Oprah, I love you. I'm so sorry. But like it takes a lot of partnerships and deals, and you still have to sell advertisements at the end of the day. And it's not black people that are setting up these deals. It's not black people that are buying these ad spaces, you know. So
again, so
the people who own it, you know, they direct who they want to see. It's them.
They do chopped and screwed. And even on your one blog when you said you met the creator of Empire, when I say that cracked me up, because I did not know that there was a white man associated with Empire. I just thought it was Lee Daniels.
Right.
And like you said, they strategically placed him as the face because they probably know that people of color will say, hey, how is a white person writing about our stories? Are you really writing about it because you went through it, you understand it? Obviously not. So if we know that you're writing it, we're just like, we're not feeling you right now. You don't really, why are you talking about us and you don't know us? So that was another way to show how Hollywood is very smart. How they know who to place as the face, but they really know who's pushing the machine, who's really like on the controls, and everyone else is like the puppet making sure they do their
Hollywood
job.
is extremely intelligent and extremely meticulous about their audience and how to market to specific audiences. Danny Strong, the creator, the guy who's in Hollywood, how did he miss that? And it's like, I figured that out from having a 3-minute unpleasant conversation with you. And you have no idea, and you've made all these black films. So it's just like, he doesn't need to know though, because at the end of the day, he's getting those paychecks, and who knows who his higher ups and his bosses are directing him to create. And it's just like, there are very specific images of black people that we are wanted to see, and he helps create those stories. So
So another thing I wanted to talk about with you is you talk a lot on your different Instagram pages, your social media pages about naysayers, how people have misinterpretations about you, about what you're saying. How do you deal with that? How do you respond to them?
I'm actually so excited to have haters now. Wait. That's how you know you made it. Like, it brings a tear to my eye when people are like, screw you, you racist, bitter, you suck. I love it so much because if they weren't watching, if I weren't saying something that's powerful, important, thought-provoking, emotionally provoking, they wouldn't care. They'd be like, who's this chick? Next, I'm over it. I'm going to go watch Tosh.0. But they're watching me and I'm getting them angry. That means I'm breaking a code. I'm breaking something. I'm getting through to something, and it's changing something in them, so much so that they want to make sure they hit me with all caps and hit send. And I'm like, yes, destroy the structure. Yeah, it's amazing. I got my first Anon on Tumblr last night. Anon is an anonymous message sender on Tumblr. They never show you their profile or their picture, but they just send you a nasty message anonymously. And I got my first one on Tumblr last night. I was like, I am famous. ... Find me at. It was cool as. Can I curse on that? It was cool as shit. I loved it. I love the naysayers are welcome.
You heard it here. Naysayers are welcome on JustLatasha's page. So what is, I guess, the best compliment that you've received on your vlog, and what's the harshest criticism that you've received?
I don't know about criticism because I don't think people are constructively criticizing me yet. I think it's either super love or super hate. I'm at the polar ends right now. But compliments come from everyone who leaves any kind of like positive feedback on my page. They're just like, I love this video, or like what you said in the beginning, like I'm saying what you're thinking, and like maybe I could just represent a voice for people who just haven't said it publicly, but you're thinking this and you want to say this and you want people to understand that, and you just turn on a video of me and just I'm letting everyone know on behalf of us, you know. And you know, there's guys who are thirsty and just like, you so sexy, and I'm like, hey. I get a little, you know. So I mean, any love in any form, any support in any form is everything that I appreciate. So all of it's good.